Hi, I'm Pascal and I already joined Business Mentor Insiders about 5 years ago, actually a bit more. And it was actually called DBH back in that time. So I was one of the earliest members there and was actually completely different when we started. So at this time I was just stuck in a job. I was working in a factory and I completely hated it. I just wanted to get out of there. So I was just playing around in the internet with different models. Like I sold some ebooks and made some passive side income and so on. But this, of course, it did not lead me to having a full-time income. So actually when I joined, it was very different from what it is today. Like at first we started out doing some YouTube stuff and so on, and that was great. I was able actually to get my first few sales via YouTube in just a few weeks. So it's actually something that I really like about BMI and before DBH, that really everything that you do there is made to give you pretty much instant results, or not necessarily instantly, but within a few weeks, so that you have data to work with. Because if you do business, you need data, and you just want to see if something works or not. And this is where DBH or BMI today is all about. I saw a bit later, I was actually a bit inactive after that because I had other stuff to do in my life. And in this time while I was inactive, the mastermind actually changed completely, like from this YouTube stuff in the early days to actual freelancing and creating an agency out of your freelancing work. And that was actually in the perfect time because I was like completely frustrated with my job. So I just quitted this job there and I traveled the world for a few months. And then of course I was nearly broke, but I was still in this mastermind. So then I basically started again. I started becoming active again. There was this new course where that was basically the base for what BMI does today. And like back in the days, it was basically that you started building something on Upwork. It's basically still how you start. And then from there, you move further to building an agency. And in that time, it completely rescued me because in just about 2 months, I was able to earn a full-time income with like half freelancing and half having kind of an outsourced agency. So I had like one main client after that I worked for all the time, and that already covered a huge part of my living costs. And I had some smaller projects by side that I instantly outsourced, and from there also outsourced a lot more and more. So I was able to scale that a bit. Would still not say that I have a complete agency or so, because I still do the project management by myself and also do sales by myself. So it's not everything automated in my case, but it's not really the fault of BMI. That's more because of me. I just love to travel, and I'm a pretty passionate guy, so I'm a bit different there. But there are actually members in the group that earn a lot more money than me, and that really scaled everything to pretty much automatic. So if you want to do that, you can do that. If you want to become a freelancer, you can do it. It's at the end, it's all about getting clients, getting projects, and basically the more projects coming in, the more you can outsource, the more you can automate anything because you have more budget, and then it works. So overall, I can absolutely recommend BMI to everyone that is serious about starting an agency or becoming a freelancer, basically making money online, because all of that stuff that's teach there works. I would not call it a get rich quick scheme or anything like that. It's definitely not, but you get pretty fast results, but not because they show you magic tricks that instantly give you millions or whatever. Now it's more like they show you the stuff that works, that is right, and then they keep you accountable to ensure that you actually do the stuff, that you implement it. Because what happens a lot on the internet is that people actually teach other people things that are right and that work, but then the people are not exactly sure, does it really work? Does it give you results? And then they don't implement it. And in BMI, you at first see from other people that the stuff that's teach there works. And second, then they also have coaches that keep you accountable, so that even in times where you're not that motivated, you still have someone that tells you, do it, and then you keep pushing it. And this is so important for success. If you don't implement stuff, if you don't do anything, then you can watch as many courses as you want, even if the courses are good, and you won't have any success. So this is actually what I like about BMI. They make sure that you will become successful. Of course, at the end, it is up on you. If you don't work, if you don't put in the hours, then you also won't become successful with BMI. But at least you have people that do their very best to make sure that you do it, that you implement that stuff. I would say that's very different from most other courses there. So yeah, so much for that. I hope I could help you a bit with this review here, and yeah, much fun and success in BMI.